You guys know, my dad is a huge Boston Celtics fan since he went to school in Cambridge in the 80s at Bentley College, and his roommate literally had tickets behind the bench. You go see Dennis Rodman, Robert Parrish, and all the guys, Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, on a regular basis. So he instilled, some sort of a Boston Celtics fandom on me as they're one of my favorite teams. And I have to say, Derrick White, who is the cousin of my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend in high school, and her ex-boyfriend is a white hair, green eyed, blonde guy. So kind of funny that he's Derrick White's cousin, but Derrick White is the X factor of the Boston Celtics. You guys are going to be like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Nah, this is the guy. First off, the play that I want to talk about, it was in the third quarter where he ran full court, intercepted the pass, and obviously he went out of bounds and he wasn't able to get it off, but he literally was the wolf chasing down the sheep in that situation. He just continues to have great game after great game, and he doesn't need to fill up the stat sheet. That's the best part about it. Tonight he played 29 minutes, had 14 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Okay? And just for the playoffs, oh, hey, are you a Derrick White fan? She's a Derrick White fan. That's it. Yeah, Jasmine, Derrick White fan. And for the playoffs, this is a guy who's averaging through 14 games 22% from 3, 33% from the field, but he's averaging a steal a game, 3 assists, 4 rebounds a night, and just playing super efficient, highly efficient basketball. But the real stat you need to look at is over the last 10 games. Over the last 10 games, he's averaging 45% from 3, 47% from the field, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, okay, and 14 points almost a night. This guy is cooking with gas. Bring out the kerosene because he's about to light it with a match. That kind of like rhymed really well, and I'm actually proud of myself for doing that. But the Celtics continue to just play great basketball, and you wonder if did the Heat just run out of gas? Okay, and really Jaylen Brown put that game to bend with that absurd drive, and it's crazy to think about Boston is having a chance to finally make it to the finals after falling short in the conference finals 3 times in the previous 5 years. And it's just crazy to think about the success that they've had. And honestly, I want the Boston Celtics to go to the finals at this point. I should be wearing my white Mamba jersey, Brian Scalabrine, but the Eastern Conference Finals returned on Wednesday with the Heat Celtics tied at 2 games apiece. And it was an incredible game that what were you expecting, okay? The Boston Celtics just put on a performance, an award-winning performance of basketball, if you look at this. 93-80, final score, very low-score game. And if you look at both sides, the Heat just couldn't make a shot. But the Celtics, they started cooking, they started forcing turnovers, and even though they lost the turnover battle, they were still able to just dominate. They lost the rebounds battle, they lost the turnover battle, they lost the points in the paint battle, and they had the same amount of personal fouls, and they were still able to win this game. Again, Derrick White being the X factor, in my opinion, ever since he's gone there. And I just think it's just an amazing, incredible performance that Derrick White continues to have this success because he's the guy who comes in. He doesn't need the ball in his hand to have an impact. He literally does not need to touch the ball whatsoever to have an impact, and that's the biggest part. And that's what makes him the X factor. I personally believe that if you don't have a guy like Derrick White is reminiscent to me. I don't know if you guys remember Matthew Dellavedova. I actually have a Matthew Dellavedova Cavs jersey, but Matthew Dellavedova was arguably during the 2016 finals when the Cavs won was one of the Cavaliers' X factor. He would come off the bench and be this scrappy, ultra hustle dude who does the dirty work, the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, that is appreciated heavily by his teammates, and is why teams always have these scrappy glue guys, especially at the guard position, that make a difference when they come off the bench. Derrick White is this X factor for the Boston Celtics. He's a guy who comes in, yeah, he's dropping 14 points a night, but he can go nights where he has 0 points, but he still drops 8 assists, 6 rebounds, a few steals, a block, okay, and playing efficient, setting his teammates to have success, being a good morale guy, the director of good morale for the Boston Celtics, something that people honestly don't even think about when they look at a team. But yes, guys, that's basically my thoughts right here. If you guys want to click off, yeah, you guys like that, the lip curl. I've always thought Elvis Presley, when he did that, was really cool, so I taught myself. But hey, that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys do like and subscribe, comment, do all the good jazz. But down below, check out the NBA show that I do daily on a daily basis. Just do that. We're also milking this to 5 minutes, so you can click off. But hey, turns out almost 25% of you make it to the end of my videos. I used to just not give a fuck about the end of my videos, but I guess now that a quarter of you watch to the end, I guess I have to care.